fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way.
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, if you add
terrific attitude, it makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Beasley.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Harkless is out there with Randall. Then there's Payton. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Barrett at the 2-guard spot. And for Minnesota, D'Angelo Russell out there with Beasley. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 spot. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
And Towns, a player who took a little bit of time adjusting from the college game at Kentucky to the NBA game, especially, Doris, on the defensive end.
I do think you have to appreciate over the last several seasons Karl Anthony Towns' commitment to becoming a better defender. Listen, he has the length to not only block shots, but to alter shots, and you just want him to have consistent effort on that end.
Here's Payton after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Beasley with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Towns, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Payton against Russell. And Towns, the bucket on the assist by Russell. Towns has got 5.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Payton dishes to Gibson. Pass to Barrett. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Beasley finds Towns. Shoots from 8, out to the wing. Okogie for 3, drills the 3-pointer.
Well, Towns showing himself to be a willing facilitator. If you're open, he's going to find you.
Payton looking it over. Gibson passes to Payton. Back to Gibson. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so it's New York with it. Out to Payton. Passes it to Harkless. 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Gibson, the offensive rebound. Pass to Barrett. Back to Gibson. This one for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking, they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Randall throws it down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Beasley. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Russell following the score by Taj Gibson. And Beasley, here we go. And that one drops.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially. Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Second chance effort. Hernan Gomez kicks to Russell. Tries again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Well, D'Angelo Russell, one of the best mid-range scorers you'll see. He's got the floater game, the pull-up game, and with his arsenal, he can get a shot at any time.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks.
Well, D'Angelo Russell is a dynamic scorer in the NBA. He's got a unique skill set at the position. The key is he's got to continue to grow as a decision maker.
Portis kicks to Bullock. Johnson with the block. And the pass to Culver. And it's Layman in the corner. Noel. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry.
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
on his coaches, Greg and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far in the Timberwolves?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Well, as a shooter, when the ball is sent back in your direction enough times, it can certainly have an impact on your mind.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Culver. James Johnson is out there with Layman, and it's Reed in at the center. Here's Bullock, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Bullock's got his second basket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. And for a franchise searching for stability, it doesn't help that the Wolves have had a number of head coaching changes.
Well, obviously, the Wolves aren't alone in that problem, Greg. I think it can be difficult to identify just the right kind of leadership. And when you do get someone like Greg Popovich or Eric Spoelstra or Rick Carlisle, you try to hold on for dear life.
Pass to Layman, 6 to shoot. A shot by Johnson, no good.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Portis in the post. Johnson's there. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Portis has got his first 2 points. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Knocks the pass to Robinson. Over Reed. They get the rebound. And the shot goes down.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Back to Layman. Here's Reed, guarded by Robinson. Pass to Culver. the wing. It's not going to go for him. And New York will come the other way. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim doors, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
Johnson kicks to Culver. Pass to Reed. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. Here's Wayman. The pass to Reed. Gets an open look and hits. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Portis, the pass to Ntilikina. Back to Knox. Kicks it to Robinson. Count that one. Robinson's got his second basket.
Really good patience from Kevin Knox, understanding how to deliver a pass on time and on target.
Noel, he's guarded by Bullock. Here's Culver, blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now, here's Bullock. Defense is right there. Back to Robinson. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
An interconference matchup. They face these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
For 3, Okogie. And Harkless pulls it down. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
And that's it for the first half of that. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Some struggles for New York in the first quarter. The deficit for them at one point grew to 8 points. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get under.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. They've got Taj Gibson. Harkless is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Barrett at the 2. Doris, you've played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durants, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
It's great insight.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Beasley dishes to Russell. Hernangomez kicks to Russell. Back to Hernangomez. To Okogie. Now, here is Russell. The 17-footer. Bucket is good.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
New York leading by 3. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Towns against Gibson. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got his third basket of the night.
So polished, so assertive down low. Karl Anthony Towns comfortable in this area.
Back to Payton. Feeds it to Randall. Harkless on the wing. From past the arc. Drops in the tray. Harkless has got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
Great play calling, great execution. Leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Russell passes to Hernan Gomez. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. There's the lob to Towns. The shot missing.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And Barrett gets it to go.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Johnson, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Jake Lehman comes in for Josh Okogie. And Culver's subbed in for Malik Beasley. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. It's Russell with the drive. Up and in on the layup. Russell's got 9 points. New York leading by 6. We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. Robinson kicks to Ellington. The dish to Bullock. To the middle. Portis, the pass to Ellington. Some nice passing by New York here. Passes it to Knox. Goes back up. Johnson with the block. Now here's Culver. He's guarded by Bullock. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Payton, he's checked in for Kevin Knox. Free throw drops for Culver.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Here's Russell. The shot's good. Russell's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, you like to see D'Angelo Russell work his way to the inside. Proves he has some touch in the paint.
Portis can't get it to go.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense. Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Now, here is Russell. 11 points in the game. And contact up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Nick. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Malik Beasley. He's out there with Russell, and it's Reed in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. 4 on the clock. Portis kicks to Bullock. From deep three-point range. Shot clock reset for the Knicks. Back to Ellington. To the paint. Here's Portis, and the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Out left to the wing. Reed the pass to Russell. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Kept alive, and there's the feed to Towns. Russell dishes to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to stop Karl Anthony Towns when he's looking to score. He's got every trick at his arsenal.
Now here's Ellington. He's tightly guarded. He dishes it to Robinson. Makes it off the glass.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen, Greg, great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Baseline jumper. And it's Bullock missing.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. So New York going with almost an entire new group. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Julius Randle comes in for Bobby Portis. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Barrett subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Outside Gibson. He feeds it to Randle. Towns with the steal. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And Barrett slams it in.
And, you know, that's what the scouts have always loved about Barrett, that alpha mentality and his ability to rise to the occasion.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, R.J. Barrett.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Ryan Saunders' huddle. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
And, Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable three-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
On the left block, Randle, pass to Barrett. 1:51 left here in the fourth quarter. He kicks to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson understands how to operate in the screen and roll. He is exceptional rolling to the rack.
Noel, covered by Payton. Basket counts.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we've talked about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Now, here's Barrett, covered by Evans. Here's Payton. Randall outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Evans feeling it out a bit. Noel, covered by Payton. And it's Evans missing. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip. Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
New York with the ball. 4-point game inside. And that one, good.
As a playmaker, Barrett has improved his vision. Plays with a good recognition and been very unselfish. They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul. When your stars shine bright in the toughest moments, Towns the look of a superstar.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Payton kicks to Barrett. Dishes to Randall. Money!
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
begin.
The tallest building in the United States. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, for all of the...
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Smith. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at point guard. And for the Knicks, we've got Mo Harkless. Taj Gibson is out there with Randall. Then it's Barrett, and it's Payton in at the point. Here's Kennard. Outside Rose. Pass to Snell. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Smitty, we have a good rivalry game tonight with 2 conference foes. This should be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. I think the fans feel it. The coaches feel it. Us as announcers, we feel it. The atmosphere is going to be great.
It is indeed. The shot by Payton, no good. Here's Kennard. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Barrett slams it in.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. I love seeing him hammer it home.
To the inside, here's Wood. Lays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Gibson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Harkless finds Payton. Now here's Gibson. New York moving it around. 5 to shoot. Payton passes to Randall. Shoots over Griffin.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Here's Snell. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Gibson passes to Randall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Still looking for improvement from the line. Randall could pick up a couple extra points a game if he did.
Both free throws good from Randall. The 7th pick back in 2014. Julius Randall goes about, 6'9", 240 pounds, Smitty. And he is one tough customer.
Yes, indeed, Kevin. A bruising paint present Julius Randall is. When he attacks the rim, he'll bulldoze defenders right out of the way.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's blocked. Randall outside. He dishes it to Barrett. Back to Randall. Releases from 15. Yes, that goes in. Randall's got 6 points.
The big lefty polishing all aspects of his game, including the jumper from mid-range.
The shot's good from Griffin.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Left side Rose cans the shot with nobody near him.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
The shot by Harkless, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Down low. Here's Griffin. And the layup falls. He's got 6.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
We've got 1:23 left in the first. Now here's Harkless. He's guarded closely. Payton against Rose. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple.
all the time in the world to get that one off.
Three-pointers. Snell drills it from outside.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Chalk up 2 there.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
And it's Rose with the ball for Detroit. It's a 5-point game. And he uses the glass on the layup. Snell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Randall down low, defended by Griffin. Here's Gibson, trying to get open as Randall, and it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Barrett.
A beautiful bounce pass on the deck. He put it only where his man could get it.
Griffin kicks to Wood. Griffin inside, Gibson on him, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here are the Knicks now. Knicks trail by 5. Barrett with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. And Barrett gets it to go.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
And it's Rose missing. Randall with the ball. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Great recovery by Blake Griffin, being able to contest that shot.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Pistons ahead. They're up by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
On the floor for Detroit, you've got Maker, Brown out there with Doumbouya, and it's Galloway in at the point guard position.
On the drive, Von Maker with the long strides that eat up ground in a hurry.
Now, here's Bullock. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Now the pass to Ntilikina. Back to Bullock. Clock at 4. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
This is what they want to see. Portis finishing strong inside, making his presence felt.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
And here's Brown outside. Pistons working now with a new shot clock. Knicks trail by 3. Robinson goes in, and it's Robinson with the jam.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ntilikina spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. The Case has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Here's Bullock following the basket by Von Maker. New York moving it around. Pass to Portis. Stolen by Doumbouya. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple. Mikhailov's got the lead up to 8 now for Detroit.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Bullock kicks to Ntilikina. Back to Bullock. Robinson passes to Knox. Will it go? And Maker sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Maker's averaging less than 1 block a game for his career.
And Ellington's checked in for New York. Detroit also making some changes. John Henson's checked in for Thon Maker. And McCrae's subbed in for Langston Galloway.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
And the basket by Knox. We see a lot of big men creating offense, Smitty. Who's on your list for perhaps the best outlet passer in the game right now?
Let's start off. I would say Kevin Love is one of those guys who still is, I think, the best outlet passer as a big. Jokic, also Blake Griffin, some of those guys can really pass. DeMarcus Cousins, those are some of the bigs that have great outlet passes.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
So for the Knicks, Julius Randle's checked in for Bobby Portis. Barrett comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Ellington the pass to Robinson. Ellington dishes to Robinson. And Henson sends it back. Rose goes in. That's tipped. Here's Barrett. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Payton finds Randle, and Randle throws it down.
That's 250 pounds coming down on the rim. Randle attacking with ferocity.
Outside Griffin. Banked in off the glass. Griffin's got 8 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Back to Payton. In the corner, it's Ellington. Off target with his 3. That'll do it for the first half. Pistons lead by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid, what's the game plan?
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each, and it was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period. And that.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Taj Gibson is out there with Randle. Then it's Barrett. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Payton in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Barrett the pass to Gibson. He kicks it to Harkless. There's the dish to Barrett. Shot clock at 5. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And count it from 19 feet away. Payton's got his first points of the night. Griffin attacking. And that one is good. Griffin's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pistons.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Good work there as it goes.
That's the right play call. Randle's a tough matchup inside. Strong, crafty, nasty.
Passes it to Rose. Here's Snell. He has 5. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Pistons lead by 12.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Got a piece of it. They double team Griffin. Wood kicks to Rose. On deep. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. And Detroit the other way now. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. It's rebounded by Payton. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Outside Griffin. Over Randall. Here's Kennard. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And a different look here for the Pistons. Thonmaker's checked in for Christian Wood. Doumbouya comes in for Blake Griffin. Brown is checked in for Tony Snell. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks. And Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Yep, that one goes.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
Kennard, the pass to Brown. Here's Doumbouya. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Knox. He's got 6. Bullock passes to Portis. Here's Ellington, and he lays it straight in. Ellington's got 4 this quarter.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Tips it up. It's good on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 18.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
Here's Ntilikina. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Kevin Knox. And New York making a change here. Payton's checked in. Pass to McRae. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by New York. 36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Bullock passes to Ellington. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Ellington's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Feeds to Henson. The 11-footer. That's good on the jump shot. Knicks trail by 16. Here's Ellington, and he makes that one. Ellington's got 8.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
The pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Kennard. Again, the Pistons score. And here is Ellington. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pistons ahead, up by 16. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Pistons, McCray is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's John Henson, and it's Luke in at the 3. To the inside, and Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Rose passes to McCray. Three-pointer. Robinson pulls it in. It's stolen to the middle. Deflects the pass. Back to Rose. Launches it. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds in this game.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
The Knicks making a switch here. Harkless is checked in. Now here's Griffin. Harkless with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They've shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and they're close to taking the lead.
Knicks on offense. It's been 8 unanswered points for him, and Barrett slams it in.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
The former 5-star recruit, first overall pick in the draft. Griffin's been slowed down only by injuries.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Kennard, he's checked in for Jordan McCray. And Griffin sends it back. Snell kicks to Wood. Dishes it to Rose. The Pistons working the ball around now. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. Knicks trail by 9. Here's Barrett. Sinks the three-pointer. Barrett's got 9 points in the quarter.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the fourth.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide-open guy from the corner of his eye.
New York with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Gibson finds Harkless. Wants to get it to Randall and does. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Pistons leading by 8. And stolen by Payton. Now here's Harkless. He's covered by Rose. Randall left side. Pass to Harkless. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by the Pistons.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen. And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
They're so close now. They've got to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Shots good by Gibson.
That's the kind of energy Gibson gives you, destroying opponents on the glass. Tough to box this guy out.
Griffin passes to Wood. Rose kicks to Kennard. Passes to Griffin. To the left wing. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. But Trey, they get it back.
An underrated aspect of Griffin's game, his tremendous instincts on the glass.
And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for New York. Trailing here by 8. Inside, the 10-footer. The shot, no good. Now the Pistons take it the other way, and the call will be against Julius Randle. That's foul number 2 for him. The Pistons have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. 3-pointers. Snell knocks down the 3-ball. And now it's an 11-point Piston lead.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
He hits the first one, and that brings them to within 10. And a new group in for the Knicks. Knox, he's checked in for Gibson. Damian Dotson comes in for Harkless. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Bull. And it's Dennis Smith in for Payton. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Thon Maker's checked in for Wood. Doumbouya comes in for Tony Snell. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Brandon Knight in for Rose. Now here's Brown. Maker passes to Brown. Griffin trying to get open. And the dunk by Maker.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Here's Doumbouya. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to...
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
And now introduce, that's the other goal.
And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Colbert.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the four-man position. And for Detroit, on the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the point. And Detroit has possession. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Out to Russell. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Okogie misses. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Here's Kennard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great D, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you say?
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before. And it doesn't work with the greatness. No. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They'll still knock it down.
Now Rose, after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. Beasley right side. Okogie, the pass to Towns. Kicks it to Beasley. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it, too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Now, here's Rose. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Kennard. No good on the three.
Well, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Rose. Detroit, no good that time either. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And that one's good. Russell.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Rose. Here's Kennard. Rebound by Okogie.
Oh, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
And it's Towns penetrating. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Whoa, that'll wake you up. He is such a great athlete. Beasley with a clean look from outside off the mark. Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Wood passes to Snell. Here's Kennard. Back to Snell. To the paint. Here's Towns. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Rose kicks to Wood. Pass to Kennard. Here's Griffin. It's another look. Kennard's shot is off.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Griffin with the steal. Snell from outside. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists tonight.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Here's Okogie. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That one drops for him.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Griffin passes to Kennard. Back to Griffin. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
It's hard to tie Griffin down. Even when you hit him, he takes pride in outworking the defense.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
The pass to Culver. To the wing on the left. Johnson at the elbow. Noel. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, everyone has to get some of the shit.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
They've got Doumbouya. He's out there with Maker, and it's Mikhailuk in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Culver's shot is off. Detroit leading by 5. Shoots. And that one goes long.
Come on. You got to get up on him and play some defense. They won't get away with that next time.
You look back at the Blake Griffin trade. Many thought the Pistons gave up too much, but it's worked out for them.
Yeah, losing the picks for Griffin, you have to admit it did hurt. But people forget that Griffin is a star player, and he reminded those same people last year. He's become the leader for this franchise as they try to move forward.
It's good from long range. Brown's got the lead up to 6 now for the Pistons.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Reed the pass to Johnson. Doumbouya pulls it in. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Passes it to Maker. From deep 3-point range. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
You got to be locked in on the road. I mean, when there's no cohesiveness on defense, you're in danger.
3 on the clock. Noel. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Minnesota shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Here's Kennard. 5 points in the game. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And what an athlete this guy is. Griffin making dunking look so easy.
And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot, is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
Over to the wing. Here's McCray. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Lehman. He feeds it to Culver. Stolen by Rose. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Hernan Gomez comes in for Jake Lehman. And it's Beasley in for Culver. Tips it. And Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the athleticism of Griffin, just remarkable. He's fantastic at using his elevation on the glass.
Johnson finds Hernan Gomez. Beasley with it. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. Good on the triple. Beasley's got 5 now.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Kennard lays it up and banks it in. And the Pistons lead by 8.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Outside, Russell. Beasley fires, gets a very good look and converts. Beasley's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish it.
From deep. And the shot no good from McCray. Timberwolves trail by 6.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Pistons on top, up by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Blake Griffin in this game. He's been everywhere.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Beasley. He's out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Okogie in at the 3. Beasley kicks to Russell. Over Rose. And it's Russell missing.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Here's Kennard. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. The league has cracked down C-Webb on flagrants. Players leaving the bench. Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league has given on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Randall just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Laker days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call it ticky-tack or flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach whose only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need it.
The Pistons have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Pass to Layman. Now, here's Culver. He's covered by Brown. Fires from the line. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And for me, guys, this is an area that Culver should utilize more often, showing off that incredible feel with the jumper.
Here's McKayler. Here's Wood. And they pick up 2. Wood's got 6 in the quarter.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Tries from 10. Maker misses. Timberwolves trail by 4. Noel. And Layman now top of the key. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Noel. And no good that time. And the Pistons now going the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. And it's Brown missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points. Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Layman pass to Reed. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. This is his first trip to the line tonight. The first one falls. A different look here for Detroit. Henson's checked in for Maker. Jordan McRae comes in for Doomboy. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Bruce Brown. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Johnson's checked in. Pass to Wood. 3-pointer. Rebound, Minnesota. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Okogie. Reed. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Henson kicks to McRae. Cans it from downtown. This game has a lot of character here in the 3rd period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the 3rd. There's the pass to Okogie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Buries it from 3-point range. Layman's got the lead. Back up to 2 now for Minnesota.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Talk about great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Culver dishes to Johnson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game play. Pulls it from 20. Culver's shot is off.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Galloway, the pass to Wood. Here's McKayler. Passes it to McRae. From downtown. Misses. Tie game in Detroit. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. McCray is out there with Rose, and it's Henson in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Minnesota shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Here's Russell. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. So for the Pistons, Christian Woods checked in for Henson, and it's Kennard in for McCray. Towns kicks to Russell. Down low, here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Already one of the league's more creative assist men. Russell making people around him better.
Here's Wood, defended by Towns. Wood can't hit. Johnson goes in. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Detroit. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Russell finds Towns. Beasley for 3. Poked away. Outside, Russell. 6 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Griffin passes to Snell. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration.
Shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He told them you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And Rose, an explosive scorer, but he's always been a very capable passer at the point.
Russell finds Johnson. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for Minnesota.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
From the stripe, and yes, it's good.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
Yeah, and when the game is tight, you can see why they go to him. And by the way, where was the defense on that play?
Towns kicks to Beasley. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. To the right side. Outside, Towns. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Snell. Griffin dishes to Snell. Johnson against Rose. Double team on Rose. Wood passes to Rose. It's up a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. And Gomez has got his 6th rebound on the night. Beasley outside. Russell against Rose. Russell inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
With a gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
Beasley kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Russell. Back to Johnson. Towns high post. Griffin with the steal. Here's Kennard. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is.
Griffin with the steal. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Well, you know the University of Oklahoma has produced this sort of great players every year. But Blake Griffin has to be the best of the bunch.
Akers checked in for Detroit. Doumbouya comes in for Tony Snell. Okogie's checked in for the Timberwolves. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
In a game this close, this late, that kind of D is clutch.
It is. And then, Greg, to go in for the flush. That could be a backbreaker.
Yeah, but you can't fail to protect the ball. That's the likely result. Those types of turnovers.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Hernangomez. No good from outside. Here's Kennard. Frames it from downtown. 9 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And Sekou Doumbouya is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
There's Russell with the 3. The 3-pointer is right on target.
No, he didn't. I think Russell with the savage move there. Game on the line.
And so the Timberwolves take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this one.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltender. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. puck pickup, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. And we've got... Sure can. All right, DA, thanks. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in a power forward. And for the Knicks, Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then it's Randall, and it's Gibson in its center. Payton passes to Randall, goes up from the top of the key, and it's off the back rim, no good. And he's flourishing as a scorer. But Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range, where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41%. In that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
And the basket by Okogie.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Just can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Gibson with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Harkless. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beasley kicks to Russell. Pass to Towns. Back to Russell. Over Payton. Towns, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Second chance shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Elfrid Payton.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast through the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about
the time
going into the playoffs. Teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Frames the three-pointer.
Hitting three-pointers, so important in today's NBA. Good thing Russell's got the range and confidence to do so.
Payton dishes to Randall. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And there's the pass to Okogie. Now, Hernan Gomez. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Houston.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
And it's Towns missing. And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Leading by 5. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So easy to respect Taj Gibson and the way he goes about his business. A strong leader on and off the floor.
And the first one drops.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He
coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm. He's very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
New York leading by 8. Here's Bullock, and the bucket is good. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Knox the pass to Ntilikina. A 3-ball. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
From deep, drains it from beyond the arc.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Well, known for his athleticism, Johnson can sneak up on you, and that time, that dunk looking second nature.
Passes it to Ntilikina. With 1 on the clock. And so it's New York. Their lead at 15. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender.
Defense is 80% of real and 20.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Mitchell Robinson out there with Portis. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Ntilikina in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. And Portis throws it down.
Ntilikina sensing when one of his guys was not covered, and then he found him.
Well, it's been an up-and-down start to his career, but we do know that Frank Ntilikina can play defense.
Interesting to see how it is he progresses in terms of his offensive game. Feels like the league is tending to lean more, Kevin. If you had a decision between a defensive player and an offensive player, it's going the offensive player's way. So Ntilikina is going to have to step up, show that he's improved his shooting range, and then get consistent minutes on the floor.
The Knicks making a switch here. Ellington's checked in. Fires, high post. Here's Johnson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
James Johnson is tough. He just plays tough. It's impressive. Good at finding ways to draw contact.
And the Knicks making a change here. Payton's checked in. Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota. Russell comes in for Culver. Now here's Ellington. Defense right on him. Robinson kicks to Ellington. New York moving it around. Portis, the pass to Bullock. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Ellington. Here's Layman, and off the glass. That one's good. Layman's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Bullock. Back to Ellington. Pass to Payton. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Robinson passes to Bullock. Clock at 6. Here's Portis. And to get open is Robinson. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got 4 points this quarter.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
There's Russell with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Russell's got 6 points.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Nice shot by Portis.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Fast break. Here we go. Here's Ellington. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Johnson against Portis. Johnson kicks to Russell. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 8 points for him. Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. Brent, you like that change?
I think digging into the numbers a little bit, Kevin, it only affects about 3% of total possession.
Is that all?
Yeah, throughout the course of the year. Not in any given game. So it's very, very...
No kidding.
Very, very minimal what happens. But what I like is that, players have to reset quickly with 14 on the clock. And I think coaches are starting to think about how it is they might have quick sets as opposed to getting the ball to the top of the key and trying to run through a traditional set. Maybe you have quick sets after the reset to get yourself a better shot.
More strategy. Johnson with the block.
Well, if you can use that athleticism on offense, why not try it on defense? James Johnson putting his 7'1" wingspan to great use.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Randall's checked in for Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for Portis. Harkless is checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Barrett subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Towns. It's good.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Barrett. Harkless. It's good on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 13.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Ellington. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Towns.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Ellington hits them both. And so it's Minnesota with it. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the 3rd of 7 straight on the road. It's Randall with the drive. Misses from close range. And so it's the New York Knicks. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to New York was looking great right away. They put together one great play after another, and at one point... and that'll do it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Mo Harkless has been sensational.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Malik Beasley. He's out there with Russell, and it's Okogie in at the small forward. Russell, offensive rebound, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Barrett the pass to Randall. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
The rebound by Gibson. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Count the basket.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Back to Russell. Jacks up a three. He can't get that one. And New York will come the other way. Barrett kicks to Randall. New York moving it around. Pass to Harkless. Now Gibson. Back to Harkless. The pass to Payton. To the middle. It's tipped. Beasley with the steal. Russell passes to Towns. And here's Russell. Launches a three. That one, no good.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Here's Towns. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Knicks leading by 19 points. Randall dishes to Harkless. Beasley with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Towns with the ball. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. New York's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Payton outside. The dish to Randall. Shoots a three. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Teammates right now covering up.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Robinson kicks to Barrett. Here's Ntilikina. Nails the baby hook. Ntilikina's got his second bucket tonight.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
It's Russell with the drive. Ripped away. Here's Barrett. A rebound by the Timberwolves. To the inside. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Johnson. And that's 12 points for D'Angelo Russell.
A developing shot maker. I'm a fan of Russell's unwavering commitment to his craft.
They get it back. Here's Towns. Johnson, the pass to Okogie. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Just 5 to shoot. Deep 2 from Russell. And too long on the shot.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Pass to Johnson. Over to the left wing. Hernan Gomez kicks to Russell. Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Towns, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, this is what you love about him, the confidence on that mid-range.
That's a staple of his offensive attack, and proving once again he can do some damage from that area.
Here's Bullock, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
One eye on the rim,
And so it's New York out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action after this word. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Bobby Portis out there with Knox. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Robinson in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And the execution in their half-court offense has left a lot to be desired this half. Just way too much one-on-one and not nearly enough ball movement.
Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on 3 guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You combine 3 of those guys with the skill set, so one has it, and the other 2 are maneuvering around. They're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And all of those guys, yeah, but all those guys too, Kevin, on top of that, if we talked about their physical nature and stature, I would want guys that are 6'6", 6'7", and long, because when you get back to the other end, you want them to be able to coordinate and take up enough room defensively to cause some problems. But, man, 3 guards, 3 long guards, and this is something that Phil Jackson relied on during the years when they won championships in Chicago. He always looked for long guards. Aside from Jordan and Pippen, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
And Towns throws it down.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up.
This will help to open up some space if Kevin Knox can stay consistent from that mid-range.
Towns kicks to Hernan Gomez. Beasley outside. Timberwolves with a fresh shot clock.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Portis with it. Pass to Knox. No good that time. And Minnesota now the other way. Kicks to Towns. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the first one at the line is good. And a new group in for the Knicks. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Randall comes in for Bobby Portis. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Wayne Ellington.
A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Took him no time at all on that one.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Randall finds Payton. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pass to Culver for 3. And Harkless pulls it down.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but they give it to him again. I bet 3 points are coming, Kevin.
It's checked in for New York. Juan Hernan Gomez, he's checked in for Minnesota. Russell comes in for Culver.
Randall's teammates loving seeing this. Shots like this are helping out this offense. He's taking the lead, Kevin.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. When it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
So he gets them both. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Knicks.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Robinson.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
New York with the ball. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Knox. Gibson passes to Dotson. A three-pointer off the mark. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
RPM check benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it.
The Knicks never looked better than they did earlier on, getting off the bus and getting ready for... We are near...
Well, the one...
G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Gibson in at the center position. And for Detroit, on the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood. And it's Rose in at the guard position. Randle against Griffin. Harkless kicks to Barrett. Nailed from three-point land. Barrett's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Knicks. You talk about a player who's a consummate pro, Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
And Randle throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Double team on Rose. It's tipped. It's stolen by Randle. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Harkless. Can't hit that one. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Now here's Payton. Boy, he just disappeared against Atlanta. They really needed him. Over Griffin. Payton can't get it to go.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And it goes down 2 points.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Here's Barrett following the basket by Blake Griffin. Rebound collected by Snell. 3-on-3. It's stolen by Barrett. Pass to Randle. Wide open look. And there it is for him. Randle's got his second basket of the game.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Yeah, how about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
Now here's Harkless. He's covered closely. Barrett the pass to Randle.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And Gibson sends it back. Here's Wood. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future. Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Inside. It's rebounded by Payton.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Wood. Here's Kennard. It's taken away by Payton. And now the Knicks on the break. And Harkless slams it in.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Randall, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
New York shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And a new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Maurice Harkless. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton. Now here's Brown. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Well, for Frank Ntilikina, to me, it's about being aggressive. When he's taking the initiative, he forces the defense to react.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall. He's perfect from the line this time.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Galloway. And again, it's the Pistons missing. New York leading by 10. Robinson passes to Ntilikina. And here is Robinson. Passes it to Ntilikina. And not sure what he was thinking there. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. It's the Knicks. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
You've got Maker. Doumbouya is out there with Brown. And it's Galloway in at the 1. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Here's Ntilikina. 20 points for him last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Well, in addition to the scoring, he found ways to initiate contact from the defense and get himself to the line. The defense clearly frustrated trying to get a way to stop him.
Pistons trail by 8. To the middle. Here's Doumbouya. Misses from short range.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Knox the pass to Robinson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. Of course, the game is shifting towards skill and finesse, but there are those players who thrive in this league who are like bulldozers and force the issue inside.
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin, who is such a physically gifted basketball player, enters the league as one of the great dunkers, but has now added a three-point shot, still can play bully ball. But for me, the most ferocious at-the-rim scorer and the guy who's probably most underrated aspect is his strength is the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim. Good luck and good night.
I don't know how you do it, right? I mean, how do you defend it?
Impossible.
Indeed. For the Pistons, Henson's checked in for Doumbouya. And McCray subbed in for Langston Galloway. And a switcher also for New York. Ellington's checked in. To the inside. Here's Robinson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Robinson's got 6.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Knicks leading by 9. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Now, here's Ellington. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Here's McCray. Pistons working now with a new shot clock. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. And he gets the bucket. Robinson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Knicks.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Back to Bullock. That shot, no good. And Detroit the other way now. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
and that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
6 to shoot, and out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
And Kevin Knox, yet another player out of the University of Kentucky. We've seen so many enter the NBA from that program. What they love about Kevin Knox is his ability to score at all 3 levels.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Julius Randle's checked in for Robinson. Barrett comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Payton in for Reggie Bullock. Here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That one good for 2. And with Knox, the Knicks kept feeding him minutes, Doris, allowing him to learn on the fly.
Yes, because of the circumstance with his team, he got a lot of the offense running through him as the season progressed. And for Kevin Knox, he had ample room to grow and make mistakes, and that's critical to his development.
They get it again. Griffin. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
And the Pistons making a change here. Woods checked in. And New York with a change here, too. Taj Gibson's checked in for Portis. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half. Barrett, no good. It's stolen by Barrett. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson, a terrific athlete, easily gets off the floor to finish with authority.
Here's McRae. 8 points his last outing. Wood kicks to Rose. They grab their own miss.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Ellington dishes to Randle. Back to Ellington. Randle outside. Now the pass to Payton. The Knicks rebound. Now here's Ellington. Pass to Payton to the left side wing. Here's Barrett. And that would have counted, but his shot was... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jetsmith. A fantastic first quarter from Julius Randle. He had 9 points, 3 rebounds, and that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. Randle out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Elfrid Payton. Then it's Barrett, and it's Gibson in at the center. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Kennard. Harkless on the wing. Pass to Payton. Kicks it to Barrett. There's the triple. Rebound by the Pistons.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Griffin passes to Snell. Pistons passing it around. And Harkless pulls it down. The Knicks leading by 3. It's Randle with the drive. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
For the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Gibson. And it's Ntilikina in for Payton. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible-to-check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Here's Rose. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Barrett kicks to Ntilikina. Robinson passes to Barrett. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Barrett's got the lead up to 13 now for New York. Left side, Griffin. That shot, no good.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets.
Rose kicks to Kennard. Out left to the wing. Snell from outside. Good on the three-point shot.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Ntilikina passes to Harkless. Wasted no time on that one. Harkless has got 6 points.
Ntilikina may not be the prototypical lead guard, but he puts it on time and on target right there.
And now the Knicks on the break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Doumbouya comes in for Blake Griffin. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. Kevin Knox is checked in for the Knicks. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Snell kicks to Kennard. Another three for Detroit.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
New York leading by 13. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Absolutely ferocious finish from Mr. Knox. Just salute him.
The baseline J. It's deflected.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Pistons have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Passes to Wood. High post shot. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
A steal. Here's Ntilikina. And he banks in the layup. 6 points for him.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Kennard. It's a hand on it. Robinson pulls it in. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
Well, at 6'9", you can see the ability of Kevin Knox to run the floor and finish in transition. That's perfect.
Here's Snell. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Oh, and here we go. Knox has got it. The fast break chance. Over in the corner, Harkless. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
A different look for New York. Portis comes in for Maurice Harkless. And Ellington is subbed in for Ntilikina. The pass to Galloway. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The shot's good from Ellington.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. New York ahead, opening up a huge gap. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Derrick Rose. John Henson out there with Maker. Then there's McCray. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Detroit right now. Pistons trailed by 21. To the left wing. Here's Rose. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And that's a foul called on Jordan McCray. That is his first foul of the game. And the Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Pass to Mikhailuk. From 10 feet out. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Snell, the pass to Rose. Here's Kennard. Snell from outside. The putback. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Rose. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Rose has got his first 2 points of the night.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Pass to Barrett for the 3. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Griffin goes in, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, Kevin, no one's ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing unselfish basketball, being the leader this team needs him to be.
Ellington inside the 3-point line, and the Knicks good for 2.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Kennard, the pass to Griffin. That shot off, so New York will take it the other way. Passes it to Portis. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Thon Maker's checked in for Griffin. Doumbouya comes in for Tony Snell. Brownie's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Brandon Knight in for Derrick Rose. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Knox is checked in for Bobby Portis. Damian Dotson comes in for Barrett. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And Smith subbed in for Payton. That free throw good from Maker. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you. And you don't need anything else.
That is so well said.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for New York.
Look at their number of assists.
you know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for R.J. Barrett.
Well, I think his contribution clearly came at the defensive end, right? He came up with a bunch of huge steals. He was a menace all night long.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Pistons have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Smith against Knight. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Dotson. Rebound, Detroit. Here's McRae. And a missed layup. Smooth sailing for New York. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Down low. And Maker sends it back. Doumbouya with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Doumbouya, good.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, I really like Kevin Knox taking the initiative and seeking contact right there. Nicely done.
At the line for 2.
And he's good on the second. Here's Knight. Now Maker. Robinson pulls it in. Here's Ntilikina. Can't hit the putback. So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight, said David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. RPM 10 bench press to the stick, resulting in
Hang time, moving the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face, look at it, hold up, ooh, that's good. Need a minute, need a plan to revive, let's get a shot pressing. Next thing, what I said, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that.
Now it's ended down to well, hey, DA, thanks. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Beasley.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. And for Minnesota, Malik Beasley out there with Russell. Then there's Towns, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Now the Timberwolves with it. Now Hernan Gomez. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Houston.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
And that one is good by Beasley. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Here's Wood. Up again, and Griffin stays with it.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
To the paint. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Rose. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Wood, and that one is hammered home.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
There's the lob to Towns. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Hernan Gomez. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. And it's Russell missing. The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field. 3-pointers, Snell, and he's good on the 3-ball. Mark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. You think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on it?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
Now here's Rose. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, basket good.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Beasley, the best Hernan Gomez. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Russell looking around. Offensive rebound. Here's Towns. Yep, it counts.
Good luck trying to keep Cat off the glass. Karl Anthony Towns loves mixing it up down low and getting after those second chances.
Here's Snell. He has 7. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Snell's got 9 points.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Pass to Okogie. Beasley outside. Off target from outside. Pistons leading by 5. Snell kicks to Griffin. Pass to Rose. Here's Snell. He's guarded by Russell. The 3. Snell, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Lets it go from deep. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists tonight.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And no help on that one. Towns, long strides. Get all the way to the rack. Way to go, big fella. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And the pass to Okogie. Here's Towns. Right back after this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
We've got Johnson, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
You know, being that he's over 7 feet tall, Maker does a nice job on the glass. Excellent at using his size.
Doumbouya pulls it in.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. All of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report, thank you so much. And the jam by Doumbouya.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
There's Galloway following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Passes it to Mikhailuk. Out to the wing. The shot from 20 feet away. Count it.
Obvious Maker has a good stroke. I mean, it's difficult trying to guard him from there.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Culver passes to Johnson. It's stolen by Maker. Pass break Detroit. Here's Doumbouya. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
And he knocks down the first one. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
Henson shot is off.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Johnson outside. Reed the pass to Layman. No good off the back of the rim.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one. Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Minnesota with the ball, following the three by Detroit.
2 minutes.
McRae passes to Doumbouya. Here's Mikhailu. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. Hanson's got the lead up to 11 now for Detroit. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Detroit?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Johnson at the elbow. The shot will not fall. And it's Detroit the other way. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Here's Culver following the three by Detroit. Pass to Johnson. Stolen away. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. Towns, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got his third basket of the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during... And that should...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the 5. Home in the paint.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. And here's Russell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Snell, the pass to Wood. Back to Snell. From deep. Detroit keeping it alive. A new 14. Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Johnson.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
And beginning his career with the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Three-pointers, Snell. Detroit, no good that time either.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Johnson. Left side, Towns. Russell kicks to Hernan Gomez. Outside, Towns. Misses the three. Pistons leading by 14. To the inside, and Griffin slams it in.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
Russell passes to Beasley. Back to Russell. Over Rose. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Beasley. Beasley's got 3 assists now in this one.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Rose against Russell. Rose kicks to Kennard. The pass to Wood. The shot from 20 feet away. Again, the Pistons score. Timberwolves trail by 16. Inside, Towns. And Towns throws it down. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
Pass to Kennard from deep. Detroit getting another chance here. And that one, good. Wood's got 6.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach. Boy, he's doing everything he can. At this point, the rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Russell against Rose. To the middle. Shoots from 12. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. No good from Beasley. Detroit leading by 17. Here's Kennard. 9 points in the game so far. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And Beasley, here we go. From deep three-point range, off target. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pistons lead by 15. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Layman. Towns is out there with Culver. And it's Okogie in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Pushing it up. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Layman. Pass to Okogie. From beyond the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Detroit leading by 10. Here's Galloway, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Galloway has got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Okogie. Over to the left wing. Here's Reed. And the layup's good off the glass. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin. And at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Detroit. Tony Snell comes in for Jordan McRae. Towns kicks to Culver. Pass to Lehman. Shot clock at 6. Tries from 10. And Maker sends it back.
And the difference Maker has on this end, love whenever he gets up to swat shots back.
A nice shot by Griffin. And the Pistons lead by 13. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Detroit.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now, here's Culver. Not a lot of room. There's the pass to Towns. Over Maker. Another miss by Minnesota. Detroit leading by 16. To the paint. Snell finds Griffin. Here's Kennard. From the arc. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
I guess Towns got a little bit of point guard in him. The big fella with a beautiful dime right there.
Galloway, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Lehman gets the bucket.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Right wing. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Lehman. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Culver. And then for Detroit, Christian Wood comes in for Maker. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Langston Galloway. For 3, Beasley. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc. A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Here's Okogie. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, you look at Russell, and one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
And the 3-ball is good. Kennard's got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for the Pistons.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Another shot, and Towns gets it to go.
You see right there, Towns invites contact, unafraid of it, looking for it, and he's able to score through it.
Here's Kennard. Offensive rebound. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Timberwolves trail by 10 to the inside. Here's Beasley, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Malik Beasley.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And he ends up making the second, and that brings them within single digits.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Beyond the arc. Wood can't hit. And the Timberwolves with possession. Lets a floater go. Here's Towns. Out to Russell. Passes to Hernan Gomez. Here's Okogie, defended by Griffin. But they recover it. Stripped away. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Rose, that's good. And the Pistons lead by 11.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Hits the three-point bomb.
You know, with good form, a quick release, and a nice feel, Russell's comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations.
And so the Pistons take the win. They keep. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.